Today on TNT Big Show, yeah, we may be late to the party, but we're going to give our thoughts on this whole physical media situation. All today on TNT Big Show. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is me, Michelle Nantucket.
And this is Sean.
Welcome to TNT Big Show. Let's get right to it. And unless you've been living on the planet Mars, you know that Sony is going to stop making physical media for the PlayStation in 2028. Now,
all PlayStation systems,
yeah.
5, 6, whatever.
Right, they're setting up for the PlayStation 6 to be all digital.
Well,
needless to say, there has been a huge backlash.
Yep.
A gigantic backlash.
You could say that.
Hundreds of thousands of PlayStation Plus subscriptions being canceled. Thousands of PlayStation 5s being sold for Nintendo Switch 2 or PCs. And even more people swearing off that they're not going to buy the PlayStation 6 without a disc option.
But that's not possible now. They're like, what do you mean, Sean? They've already disbanded and broken up their disc drive component makers.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah.
So, sorry, physical media for Sony on the PlayStation systems ain't coming back.
No, and even more rat behavior. Not just one CEO, but like others at the top at Sony. According to Bloomberg News, I'm not the biggest fan of theirs, but when somebody has good information, I'll take it. That at least 3 to 4 of Sony's higher executives sold hundreds of pieces of stock worth millions of dollars a piece. In other words, they knew the crap was going to hit the fan.
And folks, guess who's calling them out? Not just the fans. The video game developers and publishers are calling them out. Naughty Dog, Sony's own company, is calling them out for this.
Oh, yeah. KFC, Domino's, all of these companies, it's been kind of comical to see just who is going to troll. Some developer and publisher of Orbital really promoting that it's going to be a fully physical game release for the Switch 2. I'm just being straight up with you. I don't know who's trying to get to the bottom faster, Sony or Microsoft.
Yeah.
We all know the old joke about lemmings, but now we know that lemmings jump into water to get away from predators and stuff. Well, Sony and Microsoft are jumping off a cliff like lemmings. The only difference is there's no water at the bottom.
They're hitting that old bottom of the cliff just like a Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, they're Wile E. Coyote now. And it's gonna end badly. I don't know why you guys think this is a doable situation.
And real quick, to all you, and yes, for you Tech USA, I'm talking about you, video game delusional losers, physical media is dying. Jail!
No.
The public and the Blu-ray sales and the CD sales say so otherwise. Just because Walmarts and Best Buy don't carry physical media anymore. Can I tell you something? The fact of reality is, look it up. You know who buys CDs and DVDs at Walmart? Only 3. Not 30, not 90, not 70, 3% of the physical media buyers. So let Best Buy and Walmarts quit carrying. Let them. It ain't gonna cause a dent into, Super Mario Galaxy, Taylor Swift, Ella Langley. Just name the movies that are out on Blu-ray and stuff and everything. Look at the sales charts. The numbers don't lie. Physical media ain't going nowhere.
Well, especially with young people. Generation Z and Alpha are really getting into physical media.
Cassette players are making a comeback.
Yeah, they are. VHS.
Yeah, VHS. Who'd have thought?
Yeah. Look, and it drives me crazy sometimes. But I've said it once and I'll say it again. Nobody tells the public what they want.
Exactly.
You do not tell them it's going to be an old digital streaming future. If the fans say, well, no, we want physical as well, streaming will just be a part of it.
Right. Because, wait, we can't wait till Sony gets rid of 100 movies on our PlayStation 5 and gets gone of them forever. We can't get them back, but, that's okay. Go digital.
Yeah. There may be a lot of bootlickers out there that are happy with digital only.
Yeah.
Nintendo, fair warning. I know right now Nintendo is the last safe haven for physical, especially because of Japan. And Nintendo, majority of their sales from their first party games and everywhere is still physical. So Nintendo might be different. But the fact of the matter is, Nintendo, if you went full digital, I'm out.
Yeah.
With no option for a physical, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
People just want the option, Sony. They want the option because with a physical disc, you can lend it to your friends, you can resell it, it's yours. With a digital game, and this is not just a Nintendo problem, which some of the media acts like the eShop is the main guilty one. No, all of them, including Steam. When you basically buy a digital game, it's nothing but a big rental.
That's all it is.
The second they shut down a server,
it's gone.
yeah, you have no access to it.
No.
Something needs to happen to where once you download that game and buy it, it's yours.
Well, there are a group of people who are suing the PC video game and all companies and stuff, and they're trying to make it to where that is going to happen. Donald Trump's in office, so the big downloading text, I seriously doubt that law will pass. But maybe when another president gets in the office, maybe the bill will come around again and have a real chance. Because now it ain't happening.
Now, it just depends on how much the corporations spend to keep it from happening.
Yeah.
Because, basically, folks, that's all digital is. You own
nothing. No. And there are people you can say, when I download games, they're mine. No, they're not. They're liars. They're stupid. They're delusional.
Yeah.
You don't own it. I can own it. That's my opinion. It's your opinion, but it's a wrong opinion.
Yeah, opinions don't trump facts.
Nope.
Facts are, you don't own it.
No.
You're at the whim of a corporation.
Nope.
And if they say that you can't play it no more, then guess what? You can't.
That's right.
And no amount of hissy fit throwing will change that.
That's right.
I don't care. I just want to play it once and that's it. Well, bully for you.
But there are people who don't want to play it just one time. They want to play it over and over again.
Yeah. And I hear the moral crusaders, I'm for digital because digital is better for the environment. Wrong. When you download something, it actually uses things inside the computer, components, there we go, that cause just as much harmful toxins to be released. You do realize that you have to use components and stuff for downloading. So you're not exactly the environmental savior.
And there are a lot of people who don't throw their video game or movie cases or CD. They don't. That's what they keep them in. You think everybody always throws away all their cases and stuff. That's baloney.
Well, not just that. They think that the manufacturing and stuff is what caused the harmful chemicals and
whatever.
Yeah, I know. It's just, this is bad. Sony, you did a bad thing because now retailers are mad. They are angry. Third-party publishers said they were left out in the cold. There will be a PlayStation 6. There may not be a PlayStation 7. Because Sony and Microsoft, like I said, they just keep doing their best impersonation of the Wile E. Coyote in the Roadrunner cartoons, and they're just jumping off that cliff, with no safe spot to jump in, and it's unreal. People, you don't realize this, but I do, because I've seen it happen so many times. Sony actually makes a superior phone to the Galaxy and iPhone. Say what? They do. The problem is, Sony doesn't advertise it. Sony makes incredible TVs and stuff. But, again, they don't advertise or anything. People are like, well, why don't they? Because they're not number one. Sony doesn't care about something if they can't dominate the field. I've noticed that. The second they lose the number one spot in something, they quit. They basically throw their hands up and quit trying. You guys are excited about a new PlayStation Portable? When it comes out and fails, Sony will swear it off. The only reason they want to do this is to try to get more market space in Japan again. But that ain't gonna happen because it's gonna be expensive. Some people like, it might be $400 or $500. Damn. Keep dreaming.
And how well is the Steam Deck doing in Japan, Michelle?
It isn't.
It's portable. Digital games only.
Yeah.
Look how that turned out for that little buggy system.
Yeah, and if the new PlayStation Portable is digital only, Japan loves physical media.
What do you mean, if? It's going to be digital only, Michelle. They're not going to make physical games anymore.
You know what I mean. It being digital only, Japan loves physical media. Physical media is still the big seller in Japan for movies, games, music, books, collectible items. Japan loves physical media. And you're seeing a comeback of physical media because of skyrocketing Netflix prices and all these streaming sites taking your favorite shows and stuff away, and all the artists that Spotify can drop in a minute or whatever, the video game companies shutting down servers and getting rid of games. It's causing a lot of people to not like streaming and digital media anymore. Digital media and streaming will never go away, but I think there's going to be an explosion of physical media, and there's going to be a downturn in streaming and stuff to make it to where it's more balanced. Because right now, a large majority is in favor of streaming, but I see that changing here pretty soon.
Man.
Streaming still may be number one, but it may be more like a 53 to 47 split.
Yeah. Physical media is always going to be around.
Yeah, it is.
It just is.
Yeah, there's always going to be people who will want to actually, own what they buy. Like I said, basically, you people who are for the only digital future, you're okay with just paying full price to basically rent something? You know what the term useful idiot means, right? You guys are the epitome of it. How did we get here? That's easy. The video game media, the video game industry. All Sony has to do is release a game. The game can be buggy as heck, like God of War Ragnarok, which was a complete buggy mess. It still gets nominated for Game of the Year. Astrobot wasn't a buggy mess, but was it original? No. Basically, it was Mario Odyssey for the PlayStation.
Mario Galaxy as well.
Yeah, Mario Galaxy and Mario Odyssey with Astrobot as the main character.
And it was only 5 hours long.
Yeah.
5 hours long.
Shad and I like the game. We do. It's a fun little game. But did it deserve Game of the Year?
No.
To be honest with you, it didn't.
It did not deserve Game of the Year.
No. But see, Nintendo has to basically reinvent video games like they did with Breath of the Wild. The only way Nintendo can win Game of the Year is if they reinvent everything.
You mean like Yoshi and the Mysterious Book? Not so anymore. That reinvented platforms, and that means nothing now.
That's true. But the thing is, you, the public, the video game media, and the video game industry, you guys acted like Sony was unbeatable.
Yeah. And the one thing I hated so much, the Switch 2 is not next gen. Yes, it is next gen.
Yeah.
It is a next gen system. These little brain dead idiots, next gen doesn't start until Sony says so.
Yeah, like I said, that's why Sony has this attitude. They think they can just do whatever they want, and they can get away with it.
And honestly, because of the racism, the crookedism, the sexism, everything that's happening to Sony, I'm glad it's happening. I'm glad they're losing money. I have prayed for the downfall of Sony, and I hope this is it.
Like I said, you people don't realize they're all the same. Shut up.
Yeah.
Nintendo is not nearly on the level. They're not even near the level of
Sony. No.
Sony were the ones, yes, the company, because Michael Jackson took them to court and wanted to get his music back. They were the ones that started the, because they'll get taken off of YouTube.
His controversy.
Right. They started that.
Yeah.
The head of Sony Music did some bad stuff to Mariah Carey and almost kept her from getting a new record deal after she divorced him. Sony is just rotten.
Remember the racist PlayStation
Vita ad.
Remember that? Yeah. Sony.
Yeah. Like I said, Nintendo's not perfect. They got their flaws. Valve is not perfect. They got their flaws.
Microsoft sure as hell ain't perfect.
Well, but I'm getting ready to say, Nintendo and Valve are not even near the same level that Sony and Microsoft are.
Yeah, they're just
3,200 layoffs by Microsoft.
Seriously?
Studio closures and stuff, game canceling.
And by the way, you notice the video game media don't talk about this. Nintendo just hired, not fired or laid off, hired with an H, How many people, Michelle?
I think 400, 300 to 400.
300 or 400 people. Yeah, imagine that.
And they gave a raise.
Yep, they give them raises. Yep.
Yeah, whether that butt cheeks clap clown attending likes it or not. And oh, by the way, you goofy troll, Star Fox is not a flop.
No.
It's actually been doing very well.
Yep.
I know that he does his rent due videos because he can't do nothing else. He's just a grifter.
Yeah, like I said, folks, him, Alex, Ollie from Nintendo Live, they are so lonely because their left hand stopped having sex with them.
Shh, be careful. YouTube will censor us.
No.
But, like I said, you have the power.
No.
Get a Switch 2 or get any system that supports physical.
In other words, what Michelle's saying, get a Switch 2.
Yeah. Do not get the next Xbox and PlayStation. No matter what game they have, if Nintendo were to ever go all digital, refuse to buy it.
That's right.
These companies have to realize that they do have to appeal to us.
Yep.
I get it that video games is a business and business companies want to make a profit. Well, you can do that by making great games and selling great systems with it, you know. Do it the old-fashioned way.
Yep.
You don't need to nickel and dime and screw people to do that. So let's hold these companies accountable and let them know that we're the boss, not them. This is me, Michelle Nantucket.
And this is Sean.
Thank you for staying to the end of the video and watching it. If you like all of our videos, don't you join our other social medias like TikTok, Discord, Reddit, Instagram, Thread, X, and our WordPress blog. You can also support us by joining Patreon for as little as $1 a month, where you will get exclusive content, uncut videos, behind the scenes, watch that trailer, Jack's joke of the week, and my sports input. If you join the $25 tier, I will send you an autographed copy of The Buzzies for free. If you love horror movies and independent content, we're a great place to come and visit because we love supporting other independent creators and stuff. When you support us, you're supporting people who do all of this by ourselves. Me, Michelle, I'm the editor, I'm the director of the videos, I'm the producer, Sean's the executive producer and content creator. So thank you everybody, and please look into supporting our Patreon as it really does help out. Just $1 a month. Thank you and have a wonderful day.